Yeah. We're in the building. Yeah, we lighting up the scene. Crypto gems on radar, chasing every dream. Do your own research, that's the golden theme. We bring the facts, no cap, we keep it clean. Scrolling through the charts, got my eyes on the rise. Viber got the info, got me feeling so wise. No hype, just the truth, yeah, we cutting through lies. Sharpen knowledge on a daily, watch the profits multiply. From Bitcoin to the altcoins, we digging for gold. Community so strong, never do what you're told. That's the motto, let the story unfold. We ain't selling you a dream, just the facts to behold. Vibrant finance, shining in the night. Crypto gems, yeah, we find them right. Do your research, keep the future bright. Vibrant got your back, we ignite your flight. No pump and dump, just the realest advice. We break it all down, make it simple and nice. Every tip, every trick, got you rolling the dice. But with knowledge in your pocket, you can win every price. Vibrant finance, shining in the night. Crypto gems, yeah, we find them right. Do your research, keep your future bright. Vibrant got your back, we ignite your flight. So when you're lost in the crypto sea, Vibra's the light, come vibe with me. Stay smart, stay sharp, and you'll always see the best gems shine with transparency.
Happy Saturday night. Good morning to those in Europe and out in the East. But man, PulseChain, we're talking about it tonight. Richard Hart has announced the sacrifice for the new Mr. Prove. People have freaked out, and it's really coincidental timing that he launched it down here at the bottom, rattle people up again. And it looks like more people are just dumping cores and dumping and bridging out and sacrificing. So it's so funny how he can play to people's emotions. But tonight we got a special guest joining us. We found PTGC way back in the day at a 40K market cap, ran that all the way up. We saw the whole community building, got to experience it. And now I've been keeping an eye out on SCADA. I found it a couple weeks ago. I got a bag of it. And once I found out about it and heard Wreck to Riches mention that, there's going to be a problem with PTGC with whales. They're not going to pay a 5-6% tax. Certain people, they just won't do it. So you need options out there. And SCADA, I feel like, bridges that gap. And it's like Pepsi and Coke. They both can survive out there. They don't hate each other, but they use each other to thrive. And that's what we need to do more in this ecosystem. So it's going to be audio only, but want to welcome my man Yuri to the stage. How are you, brother?
Hello. How are you? Hello to you, to your audience. It's great to be on your live stream, and thank you for the opportunity. So, you could say SCADA is a competitor to PTGC, but PTGC is so much older than SCADA, and they have already built up their brand, their liquidity, their status, so to speak. So I would say we're not that much of a competitor. We're just an alternative, right? We have a long way ahead of us. They've already achieved a lot. So I think that, there will be, there's enough market share for both projects. They could attract like more conservative people, while SCADA is perhaps more of a riskier play. So, we are technically tax tokens and very similar, but only technically. But since there's that large gap between those two projects in all the other parameters, I think we're not like a direct competition. We're just, we just aim for the different type of users on PulseChain. So as you said, and I fully agree, no hate, no fighting, just, let each project find its own users and move forward.
Yeah, and that's the truth. PTGC came out in 2023, so it's been a couple years now, or 2023. And when in people, the chains evolve, things move in different directions, and sometimes you wish you could go back and change certain things, but you can't. And PTGC, it has a great community, but it does what it does. And if there's different ways you could tweak it to make it more efficient and not necessarily better, but just different, there's room for both, I think.
Yeah, correct. I mean, this SCADA's community did like spin up that narrative. You could almost call it a meme, where military technology of SCADA is competing with alien technology and all that. But it's just the way crypto communities work, and that's just folklore, crypto folklore, right? Customs, how you say it. And I have generally not against people memeing and spinning narratives and doing crazy visuals. It's all part of that crypto journey, let's say. But what I wouldn't never like support is like straight out fudding and insulting and being all annoying and something like that along those lines. And I say that to my community, meme away. The narrative is cool, like military tech. That's really a cool thingy you have there. Just don't like attack them, hate them, and whatnot. So even though we are on a tiny chain, we are all here because we expect and hope that the chain will grow and we will have new users and new inflow of capital in it and all that. So like the scenario I'm dreaming about is, constant daily new money coming into the chain. So they will have so those new users can choose which project suits them. And bottom line, all good projects are advancing forward and growing and all that. Currently, unfortunately, and it's really like a sad situation to be in for everybody here, is that small chain, limited resource, and the most important resources are obviously attention and capital. But since we are such a small community comparing to other chains, then we literally like have to take from someone else's plate to put it on our plate, and it's a situation where nobody is really happy. So
that's tough, man. It is. It's such a PvP world right now. It's just a new project pumps for a week, and then it's dead, and then it's on to the next, and that's where you need to have a loyal following, an organic community that truly supports you. So no matter what happens, they're not going to just dump the coins and just chase the next thing. And looking here I love Switch.win. It's what I use to get all my coins on PulseChain, because the tax tokens, how many times I've forgotten to swap it back when I've switched something of 5% on PulseX, and then I forget to move it back until the next day. So the next 20 transactions I did at a 5% slippage. Yeah. And I know if it happened to me, it's happening to other people. So Switch.win, it's so cool because when you go and you buy SCADA, it tells you right away the taxes on it. So it automatically adjusts for it. So people don't get the error button when they don't add the correct slippage, and they can't figure out why it doesn't work. So it's really cool protocol. But looking at the volume, SCADA is number 3 on all of PulseChain in the last 24 hours, doing more than Wrap Pulse. Like, that's really good.
Yeah. So Switch.win will be implemented. I'm currently like working on refreshing the website, and there will be like a interface on the website that you can use to trade SCADA, provided by Switch.win. Yeah, that's the thing. When you forget to adjust your slippage every time, you will get front run. If you, as you said, put it somewhere high because of you traded some tax token with that percentage tax, next time you will get front run by AMM bots. And as for volume, I mean, yeah, SCADA did some crazy volume during the not first week, but second and third week. basically 1/4 of the entire supply was traded every day. I mean, quarter of the market cap was traded daily, and it was really crazy to watch because it means so many tokens exchanged hands every day. And you will see when please can you go to top traders section of that deck screen? You'll see like massive profits people did.
Yep.
So SCADA like launched with tiny market cap, and when X's started pouring in, like people were crazy, trading like crazy, and the volume was like out of this world compared to where it started. And that really fueled the system, and outmatched my expectations by a pretty long shot. So we had some crazy burns as well during these first 20-ish days. Right now, 4% of the total supply is burned. So if it's even more if you only look at circulating supply, right? So, crazy stuff, completely unexpected things happening post-launch. I mean, I always thought like, okay, you're on PulseChain. I mean, it's not going to be like, I mean, what happened? What I expected was like, a day or two of some micro hype with like 100 people, and then grind, like grind every day. Be the reply guy, be the whatever. But it gained a lot of traction really fast, climbed up to number one DEX. Chain talked about it, and still talking about it. Like it established itself really quickly, and that wasn't in my wildest scenarios. So I can only be like super happy and super satisfied with how everything went. Right now we're in a pretty good position. We're like 60% from all-time high, which is for this conditions on chain, taking into account like this new thingy, and like you were mentioning, people jumping from project to project. It's really like resilient. It's holding really good, meaning that people in are like recognized that this isn't some like temporary hype project thingy, which is true. I've imagined SCADA to be like everlasting project for as long as PulseChain is here. SCADA will be here, so there's nothing temporary there. It has such tokenomic structure and inner workings that enables like forever operation, and it has a lot of stuff adjustable, so it can adjust to market cap and volume and whatnot. So it's blue sky ahead, in my opinion, for SCADA.
Yeah, that's one thing that just from me being here for a while on PulseChain and being involved in a bunch of different communities and talking to founders, PulseChain just seems to be so unique with the bots over here, the R bots, and just they constantly are coming through and creating volume that just doesn't happen on other chains, and especially with when early days with Atropa and building our own projects, when we created a bunch of different liquidity pairs, I never expected to see volume that was coming through these pairs. And I didn't understand really what was going on. In some transactions, I still don't. When you look on the blockchain, some things just don't make sense, but it just, to me, it reinforces that PulseChain has something special. Richard knows what he's doing. And it's just a symptom of the macro environment that's going on. We are in a recession right now. The U.S. just stopped releasing economic data because it's so bad. Like that's why where we are in crypto.
Well, yeah, up until I started like learning Solidity and transforming myself from holder of projects into a developer of projects, I didn't notice all that you've just mentioned. But yeah, one of the fascinating things definitely are those automated market makers, so-called, or R-bots. Leaving those MEV bots or maximum extraction value bots aside, those are like there to punish your reckless behavior. But AMM bots are absolutely fascinating. And maybe you didn't know that our bot can unwrap LP token. You can pair LP token with another LP token. For example, let's say that you have Hex Pulse and PulseX Pulse pairs. So that there are two pairs, and you get two LP tokens. So yeah, of course, each pair gives you LP token. You can also pair those two LP tokens. So LP token is nothing but a ERC20 token. You can, trade it, sell it, pair it. It's a standard ERC20 token. There's nothing magical about it. So you can basically use those LP tokens to create another pair. Then you receive the third LP token, like top level LP token, and then you can pair with that with whatever you want. And what fascinates me, I went to like test it. So something crossed my mind, like what if you can, that Richard's he said at one occasion, like he found out how to transfer value without transferring tokens. So I was like, what if I wrap a pair in LP and then pair that LP with another LP and another LP, and I wrap after wrap after wrap? How deep can like AMM bot unwrap it? You could, in theory, at least that was my theory, you wrap several layers of LP tokens, then you pair it with, I don't know, Pulse or with a stablecoin, and then you try to like buy that LP token that has, when you unwrap it completely, $1,000 of value, for example, in tokens, but you've bought that LP token for $1, for example, because who knows what is behind all those layers of LP pairings.
Dude, that's so funny you say that, man, because I remember.
Hold on, please.
Yeah, go ahead.
The punchline comes. So I tried to do it, and the R-bot immediately corrected the price of that top level LP. So he did all the unwrapping and seen and checked what is at the bottom, which pairs are there, which crypto is there, and how much should that top level LP be worth. So it's like completely crazy stuff. Crazy stuff. Go ahead now.
Yeah, that's really cool, because I remember when the snapshot happened and people were trying to figure out how the hell Richard got all this value over here. That's what he did on Ethereum, I believe, is he created liquidity pools. And once you pair up the LP tokens, it shows up as like a spam transaction, or like it doesn't come up in the block explorer. So I think that was something that he'd used to get a lot of his stuff basically hidden from block explorers, and it was hiding right in front of people's faces, but it showed up as either a worthless transaction or just like a spam transaction. And that was brilliant. And now to see on PulseChain, the bots can come through and unwrap those. That's like that. This is what makes PulseChain different. And it takes so long to understand and try to like put it all together, unless you're a dev and you're doing this every day. Just from the outside, you don't see the complexity.
Yeah, I mean, I see PulseChain as like that. Many people call it freedom chain, and I think it is. I mean, I cannot be like 100% sure, but I think that users on PulseChain are utilizing the provided technology to its maximum in a percentage that, when you compare like percentage of developers, like the ratio of developers users on PulseChain with that same ratio on other chains, I think we're like the giga brains developers of the entire cryptosphere. There's definitely not that much creative people people that are constantly learning and developing. That percentage of those kind of people within the total population of the chain, I don't think any other chain has it. We have the most curious, tech savvy, how do you call it, like engaged people in the technology that they are using every day. No doubt, in my opinion, no doubt.
I completely agree with you, man. It is true.
So it's like a big sandbox for us, we're constantly doing something, building something, like literally enjoying the technology, and the chain deserves more users, more eyes, more reputation, more everything. It's proven as like what crypto is all about, freedom, trustlessness, great tech. So hopefully it gets what the attention and everything that it deserves.
So we were talking in the green room before we came on. You said you've been following Richard since like 2017 or 18. So have you been in Hex and PulseChain since day one and seeing everything that's transpired?
Yep. OG Hexagon signed a transaction with Bitcoin wallet, participated in the adoption amplifier, participated in the sacrifice, everything.
So what made you want to launch SCADA? What was that thing that said, all right, I'm doing this?
Well, SCADA is not my first launch, though. You'll see that there's a Warhead and ICBM token also in the Nuke the Supply ecosystem. So now it's like a finished ecosystem that has 3 tokens. My previous deployment was this sort of blockchain game, like gamified tokenomics, to try to explain what it is. So after that, I basically came to realization that system and that game that I had in mind, like on PulseChain, will never have the adoption it quote unquote deserves, because people on PulseChain are not that much into quote unquote role playing. So this was like it was a cool tokenomics game, and people that were in were saying like this is the coolest thing, but the rest of PulseChain was like, nah, didn't bother with it too much. My plan was to develop further strategies. I mean, literally new smart contracts that will utilize those 2 tokens. And just like any game, you have these time periods where you have to accomplish something to get to somewhere and all that. But it's difficult to market and promote, because how can you promote something when every, let's say, 100 days the whole tokenomic structure changes? So you always kind of have to start from the beginning. And so long story short, I kind of gave up on that and said, okay, there's no development in that direction. Let's wrap it up. Let's come up with some tokenomics or a new token that will simply wrap up the Nuke the Supply ecosystem, and then set and forget the thing in set and forget in terms of development, obviously. And I went the safest route. So you have 2 directions when you want to create something that will be interesting to people. People either want, people usually want, number 1, price up, and number 2, some incentive, some sort of structure where they can, get a little bonus on top of holding. So you have 2 directions. You can go with an inflationary tokenomic structure or deflationary. I thought, okay, we're on PulseChain, and you always have to keep up with the adoption in order to have something that inflates. Like your adoption must be faster and bigger than the inflation rate, right? So yeah, okay, let's go to deflationary structure. And then what's the best deflationary structure? Tax token, obviously. You can never sell more than you buy. That's principle number one. What else? Okay, not a huge fan of tax tokens myself. I wasn't. Let's try to make a tax token that has like negligible tax. Let's approach from that angle. So that's how it all started. Like, let's make a 100% efficient tax token that has no allocations within its tax structure that are not directly and immediately beneficial to the token and therefore its users. And yeah, so number one is LP addition. Every tax token has it, and it's really important stuff when you automate the LP growth in your pair. So okay, that's number one. What else? And then instead of doing something on top of that, it crossed my mind, okay, but what if those LP tokens, that new liquidity, can be used as capital, the thing that you do other stuff with. So let's not put something in parallel with that. Let's work with that. Let's create another step. Like, okay, so now the smart contract called SCADA Manager, also the smart contract that deployed SCADA tokens. So there's also an ownership structure there. So what if SCADA Manager can simply work with those LP tokens and do something beneficial? Okay, that's step two, and that's the supply block mechanics. So once a threshold is reached of those bonus LP tokens, 10% is still left in the main pair. So you want to build your liquidity, so you don't want to like use all the newly accrued economic energy. 10% is left. And what happens with 90% is those are like transformed back to PLS SCADA tokens. Now you have two sides. Then what you do? You return PLS back into the pair, doing a buy swap. You receive more SCADA. So now you have SCADA. You've returned PLS back. You hold SCADA. I mean, the contract holds it. Then what do you do? Send 10% of that to people that have staked their tokens in the staking contract and burn the rest. Not send it to the burn address, burn it with ERC20 method. That's what I've used. And that's like the basic flow of how SCADA works. So, and it's, it looked reasonable. Number one, low tax. Number two, you work with the economic energy of your users that you've, quote unquote, take from them and do a beneficial thing with it. You don't waste it. You don't stack your tokens somewhere. You don't have treasuries. You don't have yield in some other token or whatnot. People that create tax tokens, they do. They let their imagination run. So, what can I do with it? So I'm gonna, we're gonna put this, that, and third and fifth thing. There's all kind of things going on within that tax structure. In SCADA, basically, all that it happens is it acquires LP tokens. It creates additional liquidity, and then it does something with that using the supply block function, and that's all there is. But there's a lot of stuff going on in a really, really simple way, and all the stuff that is happening, it's positive for the token and its holders. So no overhead, no waste. That's why I call SCADA like 100% efficient tax token. You still get yield, you still get LP building, and you still get burns. So excellent. Three most important things in tax tokens, and all that with just 1% tax, adjustable. I can adjust it up to 2%, hard-coded, code is public. So it allows fine-tuning also. So from 0 to 2% tax, And this supply block function can also be adjusted in order to have different thresholds. But basically, that's just how much extra LP would the smart contract acquire before it allows people to call supply block. Supply block is a public function. It's not internal and it's not automated. And when people execute it, they also get a little reward in SCADA tokens. So that's that's in short. The last thing that's staking that I haven't mentioned. So staking is also unique other than other tax tokens. Usually tax tokens incentivize some sort of LP providing, so you can stake your LP tokens, or you get reflections. How do they call it? Reflections, or some sort of yield when you hold it, or you can even stake it to get more yield, and so on and so forth. In SCADA, since SCADA is a tax token, and tax tokens need volume to basically to work in the best way possible. So, like if you imagine a tax token being the engine, volume is the fuel. More fuel, quicker, quote unquote, is the old operations, and everybody benefits more. So SCADA does not incentivize holding it, staking it, and that sort of stuff in order to get yield. I've implemented these two tokens that I've mentioned from the first deployment, along with Pulse and PulseX in this staking contract. So those tokens are basically your way of acquiring shares. You purchase shares from the pool, quote unquote, where that SCADA that's been removed from the pair goes. 10% of that I've mentioned earlier goes into the staking pool, and it's based on shares. How much you get, it's based on shares. More shares you get, more of that removed SCADA. And what you do, you use 4 different tokens in order to purchase those shares. So it also does that differently. There is no incentive. Oh, I have to hold or stake my SCADA. Some people will say, well, how are you going to make people see long-term vision, or how can you make people hold for long? Well, my theory is people that understand how SCADA works will become long-term holders naturally. You don't have to incentivize them in any way. The rest of the crowd, if they don't realize what's going on and they just want to trade and then would sell on 2x, for example, let them. You should let them. They will provide you volume. Whoever wants to trade, you let them trade. You don't want to pull some degens sleeves and saying, oh, come here, please, stake. You if you stake it for, I don't know, 5,000 days, you're gonna get so much more and all that. Just leave him. If he wants to trade, if he wants to get his 10, 20%, 3x, 4x, 5x, depending on what kind of trader he is, let him trade. The rest that go a bit deeper into the system, they will become holders naturally. So you don't have to worry about those guys. So that's my approach. And many people say, but I want to stake SCADA. I want to, how do I make more SCADA with SCADA? And sorry, bro, you cannot. Use these other tokens to make yield, right? So the system allows you a lot of approaches. You can basically take Pulse, for example, and then stake Pulse. You don't even have to touch the supply ecosystem. You don't have to buy any of the 3 tokens. You can just put your PLS into staking contract and earn yield as SCADA, right? Without even meddling with anything here. So, if you want to go really deep diving and all that, I could talk for hours, but I would rather wait for you and your questions. So, to clarify any details and stuff like that. So.
Yeah, I think so I just sent 10,000 SCADA to this wallet, and I want to stake it. So I'm a new holder of it. So I have it in my wallet. So then I come down here and I need to select a pool.
If you have only SCADA, you cannot stake SCADA. As I said, you use for other tokens. You can click on that upper row, select pool, that upper. That's the and you can choose either ICBM, Warhead, PLS, or PulseX. Those 4 tokens, you use it to purchase shares. As you can see, these are the total shares number. So the SCADA that's been sent to this miner contracts, that's how contract is called, is distributed proportionally to shareholders. So all shares are the same in their value, but you use other stuff to obtain those, So in order to buy shares, you need to use some of the tokens that are listed there in the as a miner, quote unquote, tokens. Select the quantity. You'll see that different tokens purchase different amounts of shares. So that's also part of that staking game. We can go through staking mechanics. And your SCADA is basically not stakeable.
All right. So then let's do this with PulseX then. I'm guessing. That'll probably be, I guess PulseX. So I come down, so I select the pool with PulseX.
Yeah.
Yep. And then
you enter the amount. How much PulseX would you like to put into the staking contract? And then you click stake. Of course, approve, confirm. Your tokens will be sent to staking contract. You will see the number of shares that you'll have.
All right, it's got to prove this is so slow and StreamYard's open. It's crazy.
Yeah.
All right, there we go. So I'll do 1 million PulseX. So it's at $15 or $10 now, whatever it's worth. So let's go on a second here. All right. So then do I this? Oh, that's for the withdrawal. Never mind. Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Awesome. So it should be good in a second here. It's crazy how slow this is.
We got time.
All right, I'm gonna just refresh it. I'm sure that there we go.
Yeah, you'll see the. I mean, PulseChain's nodes are not that fast. They always take a couple of seconds to sync. So there will be these red little lights every now and then on the UI, but it's all normal.
All right. Yeah, I'm sure it'll take a second. All right, so it'll update right here. Will it show right here to? All right, so we'll give it a second to load up here. I'm sure it went through. Oh, still approved token spending cap.
Wow, I think you have a transaction from November 1st that went through completely.
It's from right now. It's the approval to do the staking. But, oh my God, this is ridiculous, man. What the hell? I don't know what StreamYard does. It just it makes my whole computer just freeze up a second I turn it on.
That should do. You don't have to increase or anything.
All right, come
You're good. That should go. That should go through. But I think you have, prior to this, I think you have a approved transaction that didn't went. That.
Yeah, I haven't used this wallet in a while, but still, I don't know why it's. Let's just do this again. Oh, no pool selected. So PulseX stake.
Mate, just don't bother this time. That's no problem.
Yeah, they'll hopefully it'll go through. But so is that just the? I'm sure that's the approval, and then you got to click click it one more time.
Yeah. First you approve, then you confirm, and as I said, your tokens are sent to the miner contract. I call it that way because, like, okay, supplyBlock might be like, cool name like Bitcoin blocks, so we have supplyBlock here, and so your staked coins are in the miner contract sitting there. You can withdraw your SCADA reward anytime you want, no fee, nothing. But if you want to take those tokens out of the staking pool, out of the, like, for example, you want that PulseX back to you, that will cost you 2%. You leave a 2% fee in the mining contract. So that fee is basically you will notice, maybe you already did, maybe you already heard, like tokens from the dev wallet, they're all locked. They're almost all gone into a lock-in contract, 1,000-day minimum. My kind of approach to this whole crypto thing from a developer's perspective is, what I develop is not like mine, personally mine. It's for people to be used, and it's for them. So it's like a business, like a company. When you have a company, you don't go into your warehouse and then you take all the goods and then you start selling it on the street, to put money in your pocket, right? So I see it like a company. I also run a small company, by the way. So I know what I'm talking about. Anyway, that 2% fee is, let's say, dev's way of making money with this system. So people are saying like, oh, that's kind of you're full of bullshit. What kind of founder does not sell some of his coins to make money? But I really don't. And the SCADA chart is the only chart on PulseChain where no tokens were sold either by dev, team, founder, KOL, nothing. Like, there were no allocations of tokens. I think we're the only project on PulseChain with 100% organic chart, like the only. Even the core tokens, they are manipulated, certain somebody, I'm not gonna say name, is obviously at least trying to paint the chart the way he wants, but it does not work, unfortunately, for now. I mean, what can you do? And everything else is just full of dev or founder trading. I mean, it's just every project out there, either a founder is pumping it or dumping it or doing both. I can proudly say, and 100% it can be checked and confirmed on chain, that SCADA is the only token on PulseChain that's like 100% organic growth, 100% organic chart. And that's something I'm really, really proud of. Because when you think about decentralization and true crypto ideals, you cannot decentralize tokens more than they already are. So every token is trustless, permissionless. We're on a decentralized chain. Validators validate blocks, nodes, writing state. You don't get any more decentralized than that. but obviously you can. How? By letting your users do everything. You don't do nothing. I'm just a guy in a community here talking about my stuff, nothing else, So we do a lot of stuff better. Yeah, it's better than everybody else. It's true crypto ideal, like complete decentralization, even with the price chart. So that's the only thing left there, basically. As I said, everything is decentralized. How can you decentralize it more? By leaving the price chart alone. Don't play God. Don't trade your coin. Don't let the market decide the fair price. So, and I'm really proud about it.
No, that's really good, man. You're so right though. If you know what to look for with a lot of projects, you could see how inorganic the activity is. But people got to do what they got to do to give an image that it looks like this is what's going on, but it's not.
Yeah, unfortunately, it backfires. It backfires every time, even if you have like the best intentions. Again, not gonna call names, but we all know about benevolent founders that got completely obliterated by market. And for me, it's a big no-no. Don't paint your chart, because it long term it won't get you anywhere. Just let the market, let the people decide on your fair price, and things will like sort itself out. You at least you'll always have a fair price, right? Even if you're the best guy ever in crypto, if you start adjusting, quote unquote, the price, market is always right. Like if you know about that artificial pegs that central banks tried to do, like Bank of England, Swiss National Bank, they all tried to hold artificial pegs. Bank of England, I think, was trying to hold a peg with dollar, failed. Swiss National Bank tried to hold a peg with euro, failed. You're not stronger than market. Let the market do its thing. You just leave it. Don't mess with it. So I'm 100%. That's my mantra as well. 100% there. Just let the people decide your valuation, your price, your trends. Is it upward, downward, sideways? And if you're confident in what you're doing, if you're confident in your project and in your community, of course, absolutely. So you don't have to do anything. Absolutely anything. The less you do, the less you mess with it, the better. Go ahead.
Yeah. So, any plan? You say you got plans. You want to redo some of the website? Any other plans for the near future here?
Well, other than adding cool new stuff on the website. As for Nuke the Supply ecosystem and the tokens deployed, there will be no additional either tokens or smart contracts that will somehow mess with the tokenomic structure there. So that's like that's a completed, finished product, quote unquote. But I will be doing some improvements on the website, and I will other than implementing switch.win interface, I will also I'll give some tools that I've used to other devs, other founders. So I'm gonna implement a factory smart contract that you can use to deploy your own locker contract, for example. The concept, I hope you're familiar, but if somebody else is not familiar what a factory contract is, it's basically a smart contract that you use to get your own smart contract. Imagine pump tires. Like you type in your ticker, put there some picture and whatnot, and then Pump Tires mint you your own coin. I'm gonna do the same for the locker contract. You will type in the coin address that you want to lock. You will pass your own address, or it will take it immediately as the owner, and then you will have your own personal locker contract. So you can use that to lock your coins and to show everybody that you are a benevolent dev, for example, a benevolent founder. So, stuff like that will be added. And but as I said, from Nuke the Supply ecosystem and tokenomics and tokens deployed, nothing will be added. There will be no changes, nothing. The system is up and running smooth and great. And yeah, just my work is now to be a part of the community. And where does the stake tokens go? Does it go? Yeah, so the tokens that you stake go into the staking contract, one of the 4 tokens that you use to purchase shares. This contract is called Miner, SCADAMiner, and it's also public code. You can see exactly what it does. It's basically battle tested, the good old battle tested.
Oh, here it is, right here.
Master Chef, I think it's called.
There you go, Coach. On the website, if you just scroll all the way down, it's got it all right here. Yeah, I got to. It's just crazy. I can't even cancel these contracts, sending it to the old nonsense. It's so slow. I got to do it when we get off, and then I'll create a little stake on here, and then next time I stream, I'll load it up and show them what it's like.
So yeah, as I was saying, the SCADAMiner is Sushi Swap's web chef, master web chef, staking logic. I didn't invent the wheel. I just use the good old battle tested staking structure. So, but as I said, all the contracts are public. Locking the LP. Locking the LP is already locked. I mean, it's not locked, but it's held by SCADAMiner smart contract. So SCADAMiner is the smart contract that deployed SCADA token smart contract. SCADAMiner initialized the LP pair SCADA PLS, and SCADAMiner received the LP tokens when it created that pair. And SCADAMiner still holds those LP tokens, and there is no way for me or anybody else to get that LP tokens from the SCADAMiner contract. So you'll see that SCADAMiner is not ownership renounced, because I wanted to keep control over the LP threshold, over the amounts of SCADA that's used to LP addition, and being able to control those parameters. But even if the contract is not renounced, there is no function to withdraw LP. There is no function to do basically anything. And for all those people that say, but it's not safe, it's because it's not renounced. No. Renunciation is basically a buzzword for all those that doesn't know what that really means. So when you implement ownable library from OpenZeppelin, it gives you the only owner's modifier for your functions. So that means only owner can do some function. That's basically it. That's the ownable library. And what that ownable library also gives you is the function to renounce the ownership. When you renounce the ownership, all the functions that have only owner modifier are no longer available to you as the owner of the smart contract. And that's basically it. Where's the danger? Well, the danger might be in proxy contract, for example, but it's easily verifiable that and on the blockchain, and whoever has any basic knowledge about Solidity can see if SCADA manager has a proxy contract. It does not. So whatever you want to do, benevolent, malicious, whatever you want to do, you got to have a function for that. Like the smart contract is not some black box mysterious thingy when you know who knows what can happen. If the code is public, you know exactly what can happen. You can analyze it, you can test every function, test it, check it, and see what it does. So basically, like, when everything is public, open source, and you know how Solidity works, so there it is. LP tokens are held in SCADA manager contract, and nobody can get those LP tokens. So they are as good as burned, to answer the previous question that somebody asked.
Gotcha. Because why is it not verified on Dex tools?
I verify it on Sourcify. So in theory, every website, including our own beautiful scanner, should pull data from Sourcify. Dex tools, I don't know. I can do it also on Dex tools. I mean,
That's all right.
From my point of view, it's like one top level website such as Sourcify is enough. I don't know. I could go to market is important. Absolutely, yeah. Market. That's how crypto works, right? So you gotta have like that marketing wheel spinning along with you can have the best thing ever, but if you're not marketing it, who would become a Bitcoiner early days if people weren't vocal about Bitcoin? Like new discovery, new technology, blockchain, trustlessness, permissionless. Never heard of that, but nobody would use it if people didn't go out there and shout from the rooftops, "Hey, look at this! This is the best thing ever. You should check it out." So yeah, I agree. You can have the best product out there, but with no marketing and community. Community is even more important than marketing itself. When you put ads somewhere, like on Dex Screener, when you pay some KOL to shout it out, when you do whatever marketing wise, people see it's marketing. So like, okay, there is something that going on there. There is an ad. Should I click on it? Should I check it or not? No. Much more important is word of mouth, community, like spreading the word. When somebody you trust comes to you and say, "Hey, listen, this new thing that I've found on PulseChain, it's really good. Safe. Dev is benevolent. Great community. You should check it out." There's a really big chance that you will actually check it out. But when you see some ad, when you see somebody that was paid talking about something, he will say, "Oh, okay, so there is something. I might check it later," or So community is basically what drives the project forward and brings more people in and brings adoption. And I'm super proud of my community. Big shout out to those guys. They're legends, absolute legends. And our Telegram is the best Telegram group ever. Like I'm banning all those marketers listing promotion offer people. So we have let me just check. We have somewhere around 500 people, or even more, 570. But 90% of those are like people, like community. Yep. So I'm also trying to keep it factual there as well. So no bullshittery, no fakery in SCADA. We would like be on 1,500 if I didn't remove all those unnecessary accounts. So it would be a fake number. There is no 1,500 people, most of them would be fake. But now, 569 members, I can bet 100% that 90% of those are like community members and real people, and so it's great. It's great.
That's so important, man. There's such a big difference. I see it. I know it's true in having the real believers, to where someone your friends, you tell them about a project and they just buy into it because they trust that person. And I really like Thomas G. He did the stream about SCADA a week or so ago, and I had bought it a couple days before, but after watching that stream, I went and got more, because you trust that person, them. It's doing vetting for you in a sense. And if you don't have people talking about it that are passionate about it, that just believe in it, it's not sustainable. You'd much rather have 100 organic people that will talk about it, hold the coin, and not dump on your face than 1,000 people that are bot accounts or fake accounts that are just there to make it look like, oh, look, they got 2,000 people in their Telegram, when 90% of it's fake. And how long is that sustained for? It doesn't.
Yeah. From my life experience, and it is my belief that if you're 100% like honest and transparent, I mean, you just cannot fail.
Yep.
Like, you cannot. It's impossible. There's always be like-minded people. There's always be people that appreciate that approach, and it's, you sleep like a baby. Basically, you sleep like a baby. I'm sleeping like a baby. I trust my project, my community, and my code. I sleep like a baby. It's not even a month old, and it has so much ahead of itself, and I'm 100%, million percent sure that it's all going to be great. Absolutely great. I mean, the things that we've went through during the first few weeks, crazy. From threats of hacking to flood from top KOLs to, I don't know, you name it, and we are like unfazed. So yeah, as I said.
So that's awesome, man. I'm excited for you. So I'll be supporting. I know I think that switch.win integration, that'll be big for you, because that's another very, very loyal, passionate, tight community there. So once they start hearing about it more and start seeing it, those are the type people that you want in your project, because they buy stuff because they believe in it and they trust the people around them.
Great.
Yeah, man. So, anything else that you want, that we missed, or you want to talk about? We've been going for an hour now, so.
Well, I think I've covered everything pretty much, from tokenomics, from how it works to the values and standards that I hold. I mean, research SCADA. The system offers like, quick and shallow, let's call it, plays, all the way down to deep approaches. You can approach SCADA system from many angles. You can focus on other two tokens and look at SCADA as some sort of reward token, or you can basically focus only on SCADA, or you can be inside the system, but by not even touching anything, deploying your PLS to earn SCADA. You can, there are many different angles, and it's up to everybody that wants to participate to choose its own approach, short term, long term. There's a lot of stuff there going on. So yeah.
Awesome.
I never say buy it. I'm not that kind of guy. I just say research it. So that's also one of the things I do differently. I never say, buy it because it's going to the moon. I just say, here, there is something I created. Do some research, check it out, and ultimately you decide for yourself. So yeah. that's from me. I think I covered everything.
Awesome, man. Well, yeah, I'm definitely gonna be, like I said, I'll fix that, get the transactions canceled over there after stream, and I'll get that PulseX staked on there, and
Yeah,
then
you
I'll
got
be talking about it on stream. I'll just show people what it looks like so they can see it, and then just getting it out in front of more people. You have I can tell you got a passion for it. You know your project in and out. You see, you understand PulseChain, and it's good that the chart reflects your passion and the community behind this.
Yeah. I mean, as I said, everything is just the way. Technically, everything is just the way that I imagined. But in this other area of how quickly it became so popular, I've never imagined. So, but I don't have anything to complain about. Absolutely blew my mind. Launch, everything that came after it, absolutely blew my mind, and just some sort of confirmation that what I did is good and my approach is good. And from now on, it's just blue skies ahead. I'm just a member of the community, promoting it along with everybody else. The market and the code is doing all the rest, and onwards. That's all there is.
Definitely. Well, guys, if you are not following Yuri right now, there's 158 of you in here, and he's only got 370 people following him on Twitter. So let's go to Twitter right now at Yuri_NTS_dev, nuke the supply. Go give him a follow. He deserves it. And I'm excited for you, man.
Thanks, man. Thanks.
For sure. And we'll definitely do it again in the future. Once things start to turn around and everyone's not in panic mode, what to do with the sacrifice now. Once that all clears up, we'll get you back on, and we'll do it again.
Absolutely. No problem.
All right, guys. Well, smash that like button, guys, and we will see you on the next one.
Bye, everybody. Thank you for coming.
Yeah. Up in the building. Yeah, we lighting up the scene. Crypto gems on radar, chasing every dream. Do your own research, that's the golden theme. We bring the facts, no cap, we keep it clean. Scrolling through the charts, got my eyes on the rise. Viber got the info, got me feeling so wise. No hype, just the truth, yeah, we cutting through lies. Dropping knowledge on a daily, watch the profits multiply. From Bitcoin to the altcoins, we digging for gold. Community so strong, never do what you're told. That's the motto, let the story unfold. We ain't selling you a dream, just the facts to behold. Viber finance, shining in the night. Crypto gems, yeah, we find them right. Do your research, keep the future bright. Viber got your back, we ignite your flight. No pump and dump, just the realest advice. We break it all down, make it simple and nice. Every tip, every trick, got you rolling the dice. But with knowledge in your pocket, you can win every price. Viber finance, shining in the night. Crypto gems, yeah, we find them right. Do your research, keep your future bright. Viber got your back, we ignite your flight. So when you're lost in the crypto sea, Vibra's the light, come vibe with me. Stay smart, stay sharp, and you'll always see the best gems shine with transparency.